Yo, it's the motto. You already know, though. You only live once. That's the motto. YOLO.
We're doing that. You breaking out like Drake out of nowhere with a backwards hat. Feeling good today, Sam.
Hey, man.
What's
there's
been
a reason.
going on?
There's a reason I started singing motto. I think you know why. I'm excited to tell Elevation Nation why. I can tell you that right now, so I am feeling good.
They don't know. They don't know, but they will know very soon. It's something new that we have been stirring in the pot a little bit. We've been stirring it up, throwing all the ingredients in. We created a new potion for Elevation Nation, a new thing that we're bringing to the table. So this conversation today will be all about what's on our mind and that new thing that we're bringing to the nation.
The motto. More specifically, your mental motto. Now, we know a lot of the Elevation Nation wants to join the nation. We want you guys to be a part of this with us, not only for all the people that have joined us on previous podcasts and shared their incredible stories, but all of our loyal and fantastic, crazy elevators out there that are listening to our show every week. So we want to give everyone an opportunity to join Parker and I on this journey of adulthood in our 20s and really ground ourselves in our new mindsets. So we've come up with this concept that we are calling your mental motto. And how it works is the following. You're going to be able to go on our website and submit your mental motto to Elevation Nation, which will get you exclusive insight into content, access to Parker and myself, and possibly even be featured in our social media, on the podcast, or on our website as well. So that's the first benefit we have for you, and that's for Elevation Nation as a whole. And the second part of Mental Motto is every single guest that comes on the podcast from here on out is going to share their mental motto, how they want to live life in this year with Elevation Nation. And together, we're going to gather an incredible list of phrases, quotes, and mental mottos to help you live your life. We are so excited to roll this out.
I'm so pumped because it's going to be so awesome to see how other people ground themselves and wake up every morning. What's the theme in their life? What's the thing that gets them out of bed? What's the thing that's holding them accountable? And I think what's great about how we're doing this, Sam, is oftentimes we don't share these with other people. Oftentimes there's no forum or platform or way to even have that conversation, that dialogue, that, hey, this is the way I live. Like, there is really nothing out there unless you're having a conversation with someone and you're telling them, or you're like tweeting it or posting on Facebook. So hopefully Elevation Nation can be the forum for young adults, people in their 20s, to present the mental motto that they live by and share that with the world and join us along on this journey. And I think, Sam, we're going to share ours to start it off. Our guest this week, Brad Kraut, shared his mental motto on the latest episode that he was on. Our guest next week shared his mental motto, and we're going to continue, like you said, ask every guest. But more importantly, Elevation Nation, we want to hear your mental motto. Send us a picture of you holding it. Give us a reason why, and we would be glad to highlight you on our social and our website.
Is that the drum roll that I hear in the background?
Do you want me to put a drum roll? Because I'm not going to do it because it adds extra editing that I have to do. It's a whole thing, but we're not going to do that. But I will do a drum roll with my tongue.
All right. Let's start it off. I want to reveal our mental mottos with Elevation Nation. So I thought about this one. This is tough. It's very difficult to distill how you want to live your life into one motto or one phrase. But for this year, 2022, for me, Sam Panitch, my mental motto is the following. Live curiously, don't curiously live. Live curiously, don't curiously live. Yes, I actually did come up with this all by myself. No, I don't think anyone else has said this before. Maybe they have. Sorry if someone else owns this phrase, but I'm taking it now. What I mean by live curiously, don't curiously live. Life is full of amazing opportunities to learn, explore, and grow. So take advantage of them. Live curiously, live outside of your comfort zone, and explore and enjoy. So that's the first part. Don't curiously live. The second part of my mental motto talks about don't just aimlessly wander. Don't just curiously live running around like a chicken with your head cut off, not having some sort of strategy or direction of where you want to go. So that's the second part. So really, putting it together is take advantage and live life to the fullest, but also make sure that you have some sort of plan to help you get there. So live curiously, don't curiously live. Put it on a shirt.
Very well said. Put it on a shirt. Put it on Elevation Nation Instagram, because that's where it's going. Put it on Elevation Nation website, because that's where it's going. And Sam, that's what's grounding you for this year, and I love it. I think that makes a whole lot of sense, and I love that. I think that's great, just advice in general. It's a great mental motto. So I'll give you mine. Mine is not as I would say what's the word where it's like it goes one way and then it's backwards, like the same way. Like a word that's spelled one way and then it's spelled this. I don't know.
I mean, that's not what I did either, but
you kind of did it that way.
It had nothing to do with spelling, but yeah. All right, continue. It's okay,
what
Parker.
I mean.
You're going to have a great motto.
Is that what it is? A palindrome?
It is, yes.
But it's not a palindrome because it's not spelling, but the way you phrase the words, you know what I mean. Elevation.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Don't give me crap.
All right.
But that's what it is.
Go ahead.
Mine is 3 words. Proud to be. I'm proud to be me, and I need to continuously remind myself of why I should be proud to be me. Proud to live the life that I live, acknowledge where I've come from, be proud of the accomplishments that I've had in my life, the successes I've had, and be grounded by the things that weren't successes. And sometimes I think with everything that happens in the real world, job, family, friends, news, COVID, extra hobbies, we're all running all the time, and we sometimes forget about those accomplishments and those things that got us to where we are today. So my mental motto is proud to be. I'm proud to be me. I'm proud to be here. And I'm ready to take on whatever is to come because I'm proud of how I've already got here today. So nice and short, nice and simple, and I'm just proud.
I'm very proud of you too, Parker. You've accomplished a lot, and let's not forget about where you used to be to where you are now. It's pretty incredible.
Exactly.
Give yourself a ton of credit. I love it. So, Elevation Nation, that's my mental motto. That's Parker's mental motto. But we want to hear your mental motto. So, please shoot us a note, DM us, hop on our website and contact us. We're going to have a page popping up there soon so that you could submit directly your mental mottos to us. And you can see some of our previous guests' mental mottos as well as other members of Elevation Nation. Remember, you get exclusive access to Parker and myself. You're going to be able to be featured in some of our content as well. And who knows, maybe even some giveaways with your mental motto on them is in store for 2022. So welcome to the year of mental mottos.
Welcome to the year 3000. Is that how it goes? Welcome to the year 3000.
No.
Okay. Well, it's not the year 3000. It's the year 2022. Okay. So I got Parker's perspective. Has nothing to do with a mental motto at all. I like this one. I don't know if I've read this one or not. I just came across it on Twitter, I think. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to read it. Let's have a conversation about it, Sam. Because we do have 5 minutes left in the Fortitude and 15. Not that we need to go to 15. But here it is, said by Jay Milton. I don't know if Jay is his own name or just the letter J. The quote is, "The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Here we may reign secure, and in my choice, to reign is worth ambition, though in hell it's better to reign in hell than serve in heaven." It's deep.
Do you agree with that?
I think it's really interesting. What do you think about that?
I don't think I agree with that, but I've heard it before.
Why not?
I don't know if I'm that like in need of power.
I thought it was just so interesting. Not saying it's like right or wrong. It's just, but is it about power?
I think so. What do you think it's about?
I think it's about control.
Read it again.
Controlling your life, controlling, like, not allowing others to control the way you live your life.
So freedom more than power?
Yeah,
Read it one
I
more
think
time.
it's more about freedom. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Here we may reign secure, and in my choice, to reign is worth ambition, though in hell. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. It has to do with freedom of choice, freedom to make decisions for yourself.
So I think that quote's far too long to be coherent. I think the first half of it.
Well, you got to read. I mean, I didn't read it on Twitter. I read it in a book, a psychology book. But for example, like, let's say you live in North Korea.
Yeah.
You have no free will. You have no freedoms to think the way you want to think and do as you want to do. You're serving in this place that you think may be heaven, but it's not. I don't know. It's a weird vibe. I don't know. Maybe this is too deep for the Elevation Nation podcast. Maybe we need to, like, have a bourbon before we do this one.
So, all right.
But I think it has to do with freedoms of the way we...
I think the latter half has to do with freedom and power. I get that. I think the beginning half essentially is just saying that our minds control more than what we allow them, or a lot more than we think they do.
Totally.
And I don't know if that's necessarily about control, but I think it's more so about the complexities of humans, our emotions, our minds, how they work, our anxieties, our DNA, our survival instincts, and how all these things from generations of evolution, influence, religion, politics, food, nature, nurture. Like, you have millions of factors going into why you make decisions, what you do, how you think, how you feel. It's like, to think you're really in charge of all that shit yourself, I think is hilarious, because you are to a sense, but, like, you're really not. There's a lot of stuff that came before you that influences who you are and how you think. So I think that was a wonderful quote, Parker. I like that.
It's deep, but it's like, yeah, we're at the end of the day, we have all these. Our mind is such a crazy thing, and sometimes we do let our mind become, what is it? Hell and heaven, heaven and hell, whatever. And I don't know. This quote was just. I need to think about it more. Elevation Nation next week. Or DM me if you want to talk more about this. How about that? We can have a even more insightful, intuitive conversation about heaven and hell and the mind. So with that, like we said, Brad Kraut joined the Elevation Nation podcast this week. We talked all about, honestly, not giving a fuck. Brad lives his life not caring what others think of him. He goes about his day the way he wants to elevate his life. We have some fun stories with Brad. Brad brings the energy. So if you want to check that out, we released it on Tuesday. And I guess, Sam, we'll see you next week.
Peace, Elevation Nation.